Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We've got a really interesting video lined up for you where we've got our free moonshot picks for this year. Now these are free projects that we think are going to do incredibly well. So if you want to find out what they are, stick around until the very end of the video to know what all our picks are. First up though, I would like you to just do us a big massive favor and like this video and subscribe and pop on those notifications. YouTube are actively suppressing crypto content, and the only way that you guys are going to be kept up to date with time sensitive information is if you like and subscribe to this channel and make sure you hit that notification bell. So with that said, let's take a look at the very first project we want to talk about, and it is something of a secret. Well, it's not really too much of a secret, but it's not that well known, and it is in fact Secret Network. So with the cat out of the bag, let's talk about Secret Network and what it's all about. Now, a quick heads up. If you're new to crypto, of course, you may think that Bitcoin is your best option. And certainly I think that Bitcoin is going to do incredibly well this bull run. But a lot of investors have already realized that the horse is bolted. Bitcoin is on its way to all-time highs, of course, but it's going to be altcoins that result in making people rich. But of course, with altcoins, there are risks. With any trading, there's risks. But these free picks, one of them, of course, is very mainstream. The other two aren't. So those ones are a higher risk option when it comes to investment. So none of this should be taken as financial advice. You definitely need to do your own research. And I always encourage people to use a video as a starting point, but look elsewhere for more info. So make sure you do that before you go buying up any of the coins we talk about today. With that said, let's crack on with it and let's take a look at that first coin I want to talk about. Secret Network is a blockchain that allows for privacy and encrypted data on the blockchain. And I'm not talking about something like Monero, where you can send transactions without people knowing who sent who what. This is actually not like that at all. In fact, it's a lot more complicated and a lot more useful. So what you can do with Secret Network is you can actually program in encrypted data and privacy into smart contracts. That means if you have a project, something like an example they have on their website, an Uber that wants to have all of its data on the blockchain. Well, blockchains are great at transparency. It means that all the data is available for the public to see at all times. But if you're using a blockchain for something like people's journeys or people's personal data, you don't want that to be available to the public. And that is a big problem with a lot of blockchains at the moment. But it is eliminated via Secret Network because you can actually select and program privacy and encryption into your chain. So you'll be able to actually still record all of the journeys your company makes without actually exposing anybody's personal details or addresses. That's all through the power of Secret. So Secret is a very interesting project. It's going to allow for that encryption and that privacy to be added, not just to projects on Secret Network itself, but the whole platform is interoperable. And they've just launched their very first bridge to Ethereum. That means that you can actually add Secret Network's encryption to an Ethereum contract or to certain ERC20 tokens. So it's actually really, really interesting. And of course, the point of Secret Network is that they're going to be adding this technology and bridges to even more platforms as they move forward this year. So it makes it very, very exciting. And of course, the other side to this is it's all about protecting data. So it's not like I say, it's not like Monero. It's not going to be something that banks will refuse to work with, because this is just about protecting data, not about hiding nefarious transactions and all the rest of it. The last thing to point out with Secret is, of course, is that there's DeFi projects that have been built on it as well, and the ability to stake, which is why our team have actually now invested $1 million, in fact over $1 million, into staking on Secret Network. So I'll show you a few screenshots now of that, just because I know people will be asking for us to prove it. Here you go, take a look. This is what we've put on Secret Network right now. This is how excited we are about this project. So I'm going to get onto the charts and show you what I think is going to happen with Secret over the next few weeks. Okay, if we start off with the fundamentals for Secret, you can see that right now it's going for just $1.25 per token. It is actually up 11.17% today, despite the fact that the rest of the market is actually in a bearish momentum phase. It's just a bear cycle, of course, due to the fact that we've got those Bitcoin options all expiring on Friday. But don't worry about that, because Secret is still up and seems to be doing pretty well. Now, the thing that I like about this project is if you take a look at the market cap, just $86.5 million. It's a very, very low market cap project with $1.9 million of volume on the 24 hours. That's pretty decent, but what I really love is that circulating supply of just 69.7 million tokens. The lower the market cap, the lower the supply that's available, the more likely it is that as it gets more popular, that market cap will go up and the value of that token will shoot through the roof. Now, as you can see, it is available on Binance and on Hotbit, only trading against Bitcoin and Ethereum, I'm afraid. You won't be able to trade this to fiat pairings, but I'm sure that will change in the future as more and more people get on board with this token. I would definitely recommend, if you are going to be trading this, you use Binance rather than Hotbit, just because the volume is much better there, and it is, of course, a much more reliable platform to be doing your trades on anyway. Now, if we take a look at the charts on TradingView, you can actually see Secret against the US dollar. It's calculated by TradingView. Like I say, if you're going to do it properly, it would, of course, be against Bitcoin. But I just wanted to show you here. Now, like I said, as the market has been going down over the last couple of weeks, Secret has been heading up, and it does seem to be on a good bullish trajectory. Now, the most likely thing here is, of course, though, is that while we're waiting for Bitcoin to decide what it's going to do, we may well see Secret actually accumulate now at this level. As you can see here, we've got resistance here at $1.48 and again at $1.30. You can see there, though, that we are on support at $1.25, and then the next level of support is around $1.20. Like I said, if Bitcoin continues to go down, it's quite likely that we're going to see Secret actually range along this sort of level between $1.25 and $1.48. As soon as Bitcoin stabilizes, I do think we're going to see this coin break away and have a nice little pump. And it has done that in the past, as you can see on the 1 hour here. If we take a look at it on the 1 day, though, it looks far more bullish. You can see there that there was that really nice breakout from that period of accumulation. And now it does seem like we're accumulating again. Some might even say that this is a pennant at the top here. It's possible, but it's a bit messy. I certainly think we are going to see accumulation, though, over a few days. Perhaps we'll see what we saw earlier this month and have it actually accumulate for a couple of weeks before another breakout. If we look at it, though, against Bitcoin, it looks actually much more bullish. I think with another good, decent-sized breakout like it had earlier on this month, and I think we could see Secret actually reach $2 in the next couple of weeks. Okay, so the next one I'm going to talk about is one you've probably all heard of. It's Cardano ADA, of course. Now, we always talk about Cardano ADA because we love this project. Yes, it's a slow burner, but it's going to pay off in the long run. This is the project that's been approached with a very scientific methodology. It's all using the Haskell programming language, which is very, very computer science based. It's very, very strict programming language. And that is what will make Cardano ADA so useful and, of course, valuable in the future. There's going to be less problems to worry about with it. It's going to be more thought out, and they're not rushing. Unlike other projects, which are literally all about getting delivered as quickly as possible, Cardano have taken the opposite approach on this one, and they want to get a product out that is super solid. So this one is a project that we've been very excited about for a long time, even though it is slow. But it is moving on now, and the one thing we're very excited about this year is, of course, the Gorgon update. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but if not, let me know in the comments down below. Tell me off, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of people from the Cardano community that will tell me off if I get anything wrong in this video. So please forgive me in advance. But the important thing about Gorgon, or Gurgon, however you want to pronounce it, is that it's going to allow for smart contracts to be deployed on Cardano's network. So that will be done using either Plutus or the Marlow languages. Now, these are both languages developed specifically for Cardano ADA. Marlow is much more focused on sort of being easy to use for people in the financial industry, whereas Plutus is going to be more sort of developer-centric. So you're going to be able to actually develop proper dApps on this platform soon, and also DeFi projects are coming to Cardano as well. And I think that this is going to be the year for Cardano. I've already said $1 is definitely going to happen Q1 of this year, and I think that, you know, we could see Cardano head up into the top 5 if everything goes to plan. And when I say top 5, I mean, I'm thinking we could see a $40 or $50 Cardano ADA. And considering that it's going right now at around 34 cents, actually I think it's a bit lower, we've got a dip in the market, but it's going for 30 to 34 cents at the moment. I think that the idea we could go to $40, $50 might sound like pie in the sky, but I think it is definitely possible in this bull run. And Gorgon is going to help it do that. I think that there's a really massive community behind Cardano ADA, and they're very positive about all this. They will support the dApps that are produced on the platform. I think that we could really see Cardano take lead against a lot of other projects this year round. I'm very excited to see what happens. But for now, let's go and take a look at the charts to see what happens with Cardano, or what we think is going to happen with its price over the next couple of weeks. Okay, so for Cardano ADA, as you can see, of course, we're seeing some real volatility here. This is all to be expected. Like I said in the last TA bit, we've got the Bitcoin options contracts ending Friday. The market is really struggling because of this. It's causing a lot of volatility, but it's just because of the sheer number of options contracts that are expiring. So I'm not particularly worried. We have seen obviously some bigger losses for Cardano over the last week, but well, let's just say that I don't think it's going to last. You can see here in the previous support levels that I've drawn in that we've got good support at around the 0.29 cent level. Nearly 30 cents. We should see some good support there. We almost touched that support there today, and as you can see, we have bounced back from it. I don't think that the worst of it's over yet. I think we're going to have a good few more days, and perhaps over into the weekend we're going to see some more losses for Cardano ADA, but I do believe that the 30 cent level is going to remain a really strong support zone, so I don't expect the price to break down from there much at all. Now, my actual strategy moving forward is to wait for these options to end on Friday, and then I'm expecting altcoins to literally fly from that point, because I believe that Bitcoin will still be a bit volatile, but will probably start to range once those options are over. And so I do think that when we see ranging with Bitcoin, that's when we see bigger moves in altcoins. Certainly if we come back down to that 30 cent level, I expect there to be some sort of a bounce, and that may be enough. With enough volume and excitement back into the market, we should hopefully see it bounce and head back up to sort of 38 cents. Of course, 38 cents is going to be a tough level to break. We found that getting it between 38 to 40 cents was actually just too hard for it to do just the couple of weeks ago. But I do think that when these options are over, we're going to see that move again, and it will just probably be that we'll see Cardano bounce from about 30 cents back up. Right now, there's no sign or indicator that the bearish trend is over, but it is just a bear cycle, not a return to the... Now, the last project I want to talk about is an older project. It's from 2018 during the altcoin season. However, I think it is one that seems to be getting a lot of traction again and a lot more attention, especially on social media, and that one is Morpheus Labs with MITX. Now, Morpheus Labs is a blockchain platform as a service provider, which means that they have built a blockchain for companies to use without having to develop all the infrastructure themselves. They actually charge a monthly subscription for access to the blockchain to make use of as a business, and that starts from $39 right up to $1,000 per month. Now, they have got a lot of stuff in the pipeline and a couple of interesting partners, one being Huawei and another being Fusion. And I think that we've heard there's a market maker getting involved with MITX very soon. That could see the price of MITX start to rise, especially with a bull run on the go at the moment. So I think that is another one definitely worth looking at. And here is the charts for it. Let's jump on the computer behind me and have a look. Okay, and so we've got Morpheus Labs, MITX, which is the last one we're looking at. Definitely the more riskier investment out of those three that we've talked about tonight. But again, it's very, very, very low market cap, just $11 million, yet volume is at 1.5 million. So, all right, not amazingly huge volumes, but a good market cap for this one, and the volume is still pretty decent on 24 hours. Circulating supply, a pretty big circulating supply and pretty big total supply, but as you can see right now, MITX is literally just 2 cents per token. So it does mean that this one has potential to make really big gains. Of course, it's ranked 562. So even if it was to just climb up into the top 100, you're looking at massive, massive gains on a very, very modest investment. But of course, you know, whatever you invest, you must always be investing because you believe that the project has potential, or at least there's potential for the price to move up. So I do think that we could see some really big gains on this one. It definitely has been getting a lot more attention, and you can kind of see that in the actual increase in volume and price over the last few months. Of course, it's pulled back by a substantial amount today, but then, like I said, everything apart from Secret has been pulling back today, and of course, Uni token for those of you who are invested in that one. Yes, it has pulled back on here quite a bit today, but it's not really to be surprised at. Now, this one is available on Bilaxy, but we've been using Uniswap, and you can see it's also available on Binance Dex too. If we take a look at MITX against the US dollar, this is calculated, of course, by TradingView. You can see that definitely volume is a problem for this one. So as you can see, this one has been pretty much in accumulation mode for quite some time. If we go into the one-day chart, you can see there that it is pretty volatile, though it is actually accumulating at the moment. Like I said, the reason we're interested in this one is because there's a market maker coming into this, as well as the increase in interest on social media and the interest it's getting from people in the space. The price is now up above the 200-day and 50-day moving average, which is good. And you can see there it's been accumulating quite well. So it is waiting for that market maker, and it's waiting for a breakout. At the moment, volume is probably a problem, and just to be aware, like I said, this is kind of this is kind of the more riskier investment out of the three we've shown you today. But if everything goes to plan, this one could definitely make some good returns. Alright guys, so there you go. Those are our free picks at the moment. There will be more because this is the bull run, and that's what we enjoy most about a bull run, is that there are loads of interesting and exciting projects. There's new stuff coming up all the time, new DeFi projects. Polkadot is obviously a big one. We're looking at projects coming out on that. So loads of stuff to talk about in the future. Also, please comment down below. Tell us what gems you're looking at right now, because if we've missed it, we will look at it and maybe we'll do it in our next video. So please do put a comment down below. And like I said, YouTube are trying to destroy crypto on YouTube. They're trying to suppress all of these videos from everybody in the space. Even the bigger YouTubers are finding they're having trouble. So please help us out a bit. Subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell and put the alerts on to all. And that way you'll get up-to-date information from us here on the channel. And it's all very time sensitive, especially with the market moving so fast. So please do that and catch us in the next video later on this week. And I'll see you all then. Goodbye.